What up, what up, what up? Top of the rising. Y'all know what time it is. Gotta clear the space. Gotta clear the space. Fire this thing up. Grand Rising, big sis. I see you, I see you. Grand Rising, grape raisins. Grape raisins. We in this thing. Alright, for those that don't know, didn't you already open one of them? There wasn't one open already in the back of the truck? You sure? Alright. Yeah. I got, know what I'm saying, Miss Joy over here. Say what up, Joy. Yep, we in this thing. So, for those that don't know, I'm on location at Glendale Park. Da-da-da. So we're clearing the space, getting things situated. On today, we get some feet moving, get your cardio up, get some exercise. Know what I'm talking about? Your dad and dad say, "Hey, Niecy Pooh." Ain't Dee Dee.
Ain't Dee Dee.
Yeah. She said, "What up?" What up, what up? Yeah, you know, she come through, she gets to run in, you know what I'm talking about? So, she's going to be a Tai Chi master probably before she's a Kung Fu master, but either way, she going to get this work. All right, what y'all want to talk about today? Joy, what should I talk about?
Kung Fu.
I should talk about Kung Fu? Kung Fu. How can I make that work? She said talk about Kung Fu. Okay. Kung Fu. All right, so let's talk about Kung Fu. Kung Fu is the practice. Well, I'm practicing martial arts myself. I practice martial arts. I've been practicing for about, this is going on about 10 years now. I got me a decade in this thing, man. It didn't seem like it was that long, but we in this thing. So she said to talk about Kung Fu. So the origination of Kung Fu itself, Kung Fu, you know what I'm saying, the actual word is not particularly regulated to martial arts. Kung Fu is something that you practice. So whenever you practice something, let's say, you know what I'm saying, you practice being a great cook. You know, some folks may be out there cooking, you know what I'm saying, you know, when they be cooking, that may be their Kung Fu, because that is their practice. That's what they continue to do, to work on, to be able to sharpen their skills until they get to a point of they're an expert at what it is that they do. So, no, like I say, cooking, culinary arts could be your Kung Fu. Martial arts, you know what I'm saying, could be your Kung Fu. Practicing in whatever else you may practice at, whether it may be like gymnastics or something. Yep. Whether, you know what I'm saying, it could be boxing, it could be whatever it is that you practice. So, with that being the case, you have to know that I always tell everybody, figure out whatever your end result is for what you want to see as your end result and whatever it is that you practice in. Because that's going to be your motivation whenever it comes to the times of, that's going to be your motivation whenever it comes to the low points or the times that you feel like, man, why the hell am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's going to have some of those, why the hell am I doing this moments in whatever it is that you're doing. And the thing is, you know what I'm saying, it's your achievements are to be celebrated, but your failures are where the lessons are. Your achievements are to be celebrated, but your failures are where the lessons are. So there's nothing wrong with celebrating your achievements, but the thing is, you learn a lot more from those failures than you do the achievements. Really, you had to go through the failures before you could get to the achievements. So that goes all the way along with, you know what I'm saying, whatever your kung fu is, whatever your practice is, because you have to continue to practice those things to sharpen them to get better to do what you do. Somebody asked me at one time when referring to martial arts, they'd be like, well, yeah, I got like 3 years in kung fu. I got like, you know what I'm saying, 4 or 5 years in like boxing. I got like 3 years in Aikido, you know what I'm saying? So how would that be able to measure up to somebody that's a kung fu master? So the thing is, when you look at that, it's like, okay, well, you have to have those 3 years that measure up to that master in kung fu, or those 5 years in boxing that measures up to that master in kung fu, or you know what I'm saying, 3 years in Aikido that measures up to that master in a kung fu. Whenever you've mastered something, that means you've practiced it to the point to where you know all of the ins and outs. You know what I'm saying, gotten to the point of where you can exceedingly produce whatever it is that you've done. So at that point, you know what I'm saying, once you got them kind of skills, once you got skills to pay the bills, that means you done been through it. You know what I'm talking about? So in this thing, you know what I'm saying, knowledge is gained along the way. You know what I'm saying? So when you gain knowledge, on the road to knowledge, you're gaining. You know what I'm talking about? But on the road to wisdom, you're discarding. So it's like the difference between, you know what I'm saying, somebody that went on a job and worked full time, and then somebody who went to school for it, then got out of school and started working. So if I've been doing this, I ain't never had to go to school for it because I've been doing this. So that means I have applied knowledge. I have the wisdom to know exactly whatever it is that I need to do. When it comes to going to school for something, you're going to get all of these books. So the thing is, once you get all of these books, you have to study all of these books. And the thing is, once you get these books, once you take these skills and then apply it to the job and get on the job, you're going to learn that you don't need all those books. Now, you may need chapter 13, you may need chapter 5 through 7, you know what I'm saying? Chapter 3 you didn't name, but all of these things are discarded once you figure out the stuff that you don't need. And that's wisdom, y'all. Once you gain that wisdom, you know the things that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge, much is gained on the road to knowledge, but much is discarded on the road to wisdom. So in your process of practicing whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you would apply as your kung fu, make sure that you're gaining that knowledge and then applying it. And then after you apply it, then at that point, that's when you have wisdom. So that's the main reason that you might want to get a mentor in whatever it is that you're doing, because you can't make all the mistakes yourself. And there's somebody who's out there that's made all those mistakes that can let you know, hey, this is what you shouldn't do when you do this. So this is what I did in the process of doing this. And then that way you can be able to zoom past all the BS, zoom past all that extra stuff, and you can go directly, or you may not go directly because you're still going to need wisdom. You're still going to need practice, you know what I'm saying? Because experience cannot be copied. Let me say that one more again. Experience cannot be copied. Like, you can look at somebody and be like, oh, that boy cold, boy. I'm going to just copy what they doing. But you ain't got the experience to know what it took to be able to get there. So you can try, but I seriously doubt that, you know what I'm saying, you can get everything in that same fulfillment of what's going on just by looking at somebody and trying to copy it, because it ain't going to come through. It ain't going to come through the same way, because there are details. And if you ain't got those details to know how they got there, you're going to look at it. You may be able to eat the cake, but that don't mean you got the recipe. And if you ain't got the recipe, and if you ain't plugged in with the mentor or the individual who cooked the cake to know the recipe, you're going to be out here guessing for a while before you even get down to the nitty gritty. So when it comes down to it, in your practice, make sure that you are well educated, or you are well learned in whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're practicing. That way you can be able to get to your destination that much faster, rather than spinning your wheels, making all the mistakes, because somebody's already made those mistakes before, and we ain't got time to make all the mistakes. So in the meantime, learn what you got to do in the practice of your kung fu, and whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. Apply that wisdom and just continue to do it. But if you learn in kung fu, remember to kick ass. Kick ass. But make sure you learn the kung fu first, so then you can kick ass. Because if you don't learn the kung fu, you might get your ass kicked. But getting your ass kicked may be a lesson that you need to learn in order to know how to kick ass. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? All right. Well, that's my word for today. You know what I'm talking about? I'm signing off. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, everybody. Peace, love, and light. We finna get this work. We out here every Sunday in Glendale Park. So, yeah, this is my little old 2 cents. Peace, love. Thank everybody for checking in on your morning, your rising cup of joe. We have this thing. Wade, you gonna tell them bye? All right, y'all. Peace.